Journey back in time with us to Argentina in the 1940s and 1950s, an era of political turmoil and social change. This was a time when the world was recovering from the ravages of World War II, and Argentina was no exception. The country was in a state of flux, grappling with economic challenges and political instability. The scene was set for the rise of Peronism, a political movement led by Juan Domingo Perón. Perón, a charismatic and polarizing figure, championed the rights of the working class, leading to his immense popularity among the masses. His ideology, often referred to as justicialism, espoused social justice, labor rights, and welfare programs, and was seen as a beacon of hope by many in the lower social strata. Yet, while Perón was a significant figure, the Argentina of the 1940s and 1950s was more than just Peronism. The country was also wrestling with pressing economic issues. Argentina was primarily an agricultural nation, relying heavily on exports of beef and grain. However, the post-war period saw a shift towards industrialization, leading to increased urbanization and the growth of the middle class. This economic transition was not without its challenges, as the country grappled with inflation, labor strikes, and income disparity. Socially, Argentina was undergoing a transformation as well. Women, in particular, were beginning to play a more prominent role in society. The traditional patriarchal norms were being challenged, and women were demanding their rightful place in the political and social spheres. This was the period that saw the rise of women's suffrage in Argentina, a movement that was strongly influenced by Eva Perón, the wife of Juan Perón. Eva, or Evita, as she was affectionately known, was a formidable force in her own right. She championed the rights of the poor and was instrumental in advancing the cause of women's rights. This was the backdrop against which Eva Perón, a dynamic and controversial figure, emerged and left an indelible mark. As we delve deeper into the life and legacy of Eva Perón in the coming scenes, we will see how her influence extended far beyond her role as the First Lady of Argentina. Born in poverty, Eva Duarte's rise to prominence is a story of determination and ambition. Eva was born in rural Argentina, in a small town called Los Toldos, in 1919. Her early years were marked by hardship, as she was one of 5 children born out of wedlock to a struggling mother and a father who refused to acknowledge them. Yet Eva was not one to be held back by her circumstances. From a young age, she was imbued with a sense of ambition that set her apart. She dreamt of a life far removed from the poverty that surrounded her, and she sought to make this dream a reality. At the tender age of 15, Eva made the daring move to Buenos Aires, the bustling capital of Argentina, with hopes of becoming an actress. In Buenos Aires, Eva's persistence began to pay off. She started her career in radio and soon transitioned into cinema. Her captivating voice and natural talent for acting quickly caught the attention of the public, and she began to make a name for herself in the entertainment industry. However, Eva's ambitions extended beyond the silver screen. She had a keen interest in politics and social issues, and she sought to use her growing influence to effect change. This desire for political involvement led her to cross paths with Juan Perón, a rising political figure in Argentina. The two met at a charity event in 1944, and their connection was immediate. They shared a common vision for Argentina, a country where the poor and marginalized were given a voice. Their marriage in 1945 was not just a union of 2 individuals, but a merging of their shared ambitions. Eva, now Eva Perón, was ready to step into a new role, one that would see her transform from a beloved actress to a political powerhouse. Her marriage to Juan Perón marked the beginning of her journey into the political arena. Eva Perón's influence extended far beyond the confines of the presidential palace. This charismatic First Lady of Argentina was instrumental in shaping the political landscape of the country in the mid-20th century. As the wife of President Juan Perón, she played an active role in his government. She was a liaison between Perón and the labor unions, advocating for workers' rights and better working conditions. Her close relationship with the unions bolstered her husband's popularity among the working class, cementing their support for his administration. But her influence was not limited to politics. Eva was a philanthropist at heart. She established the Eva Perón Foundation, which aimed to alleviate poverty and provide healthcare and education to the less fortunate. This foundation was responsible for building schools, hospitals, and homes for the poor, making Eva a beloved figure among the working class. Perhaps her most notable achievement was her push for women's suffrage. Eva believed in the power of women and fought for their rights. She rallied tirelessly for the women's vote, and in 1947 her efforts paid off. Argentina granted women the right to vote and to run for political office, a monumental step towards gender equality in a largely patriarchal society. Eva's influence, however, was not universally welcome. Her outspoken nature and her commitment to the working class made her a controversial figure among the elites. They saw her as a threat to their privilege, a disruptor of the status quo. But Eva was not deterred. She continued to champion the causes she believed in until her untimely death in 1952. Eva Perón was more than just a first lady. She was a political activist, a philanthropist, and a champion for women's rights. Her legacy continues to inspire people around the world today. Eva Perón was a force to be reckoned with, a symbol of hope for the masses and a subject of controversy among the elites. Eva Perón was a champion of women's rights, and her impact on the women's movement in Argentina is significant. In a time when women's voices were often silenced, Eva Perón made it her mission to amplify them. One of her most significant contributions was her relentless advocacy for women's suffrage. Before the mid-20th century, women in Argentina did not have the right to vote. Eva, however, was determined to change that. She fought tooth and nail, rallying support and using her influence to lobby for this fundamental right. Her efforts bore fruit in 1947 when Argentina passed the women's suffrage law, an accomplishment that was largely attributed to her. But Eva didn't stop at securing the vote for women. She recognized the importance of political representation and took it upon herself to ensure that women were not just voting, but also standing for elections. In 1949, she established the Female Peronist Party, the first large-scale women's political party in the nation. The party aimed to mobilize women and offer them a platform to participate in politics. At its peak, it boasted about 2 million members, demonstrating the significant strides women had made in the political arena under Eva's guidance. Eva's impact, however, extended beyond politics. She transformed societal perceptions of women, challenging traditional gender norms and roles. She instilled in women the confidence to assert their rights and the courage to occupy spaces that were previously reserved for men. Her influence was so profound that she became a symbol of hope and empowerment for Argentine women. Eva's legacy is a testament to her commitment to women's rights. Her efforts catalyzed a movement that would continue to shape Argentina's socio-political landscape for decades to come. She may have left us, but the echoes of her passion and dedication continue to inspire generations of women, not just in Argentina but around the world. Eva Perón's commitment to women's rights laid the groundwork for the advancement of the women's movement in Argentina. Though Eva Perón's life was cut short by illness, her legacy lives on. Her tireless work for women's rights in Argentina sparked a flame that continues to burn brightly, even after all these years. She championed the right for women to vote, and her efforts were rewarded when Argentine women cast their ballots for the first time in 1951. This was not just a victory for Eva, but a triumph for all women in Argentina, a monumental step towards equality. Eva's influence on Argentine politics extends beyond her advocacy for women's rights. Her commitment to social justice and her dedication to the working class have left a profound impact on the country's political landscape. Even today, her ideology, often referred to as Peronism, continues to shape Argentine politics. Her populist approach, her efforts to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, are principles that are still echoed in the nation's political discourse. But Eva's legacy is not without controversy. Her life and work have been the subject of much debate. Critics argue that her methods were dictatorial, that her policies led to economic instability. But even these controversies cannot diminish the love and admiration that the Argentine people hold for Eva Perón. She is seen as a champion of the underprivileged, a beacon of hope for the downtrodden. Her image graces murals and memorials, a testament to her enduring popularity. In the end, Eva's legacy is marked by her dedication to the cause of social justice. She was fierce, she was relentless, and she was unapologetically herself. Her story is one of a woman who rose from humble beginnings to become a symbol of hope and change. It's a story that continues to inspire, a story that reminds us that one person can indeed make a difference. Eva Perón, a woman of humble origins who rose to become one of the most influential figures in Argentine history, left a legacy that continues to reverberate in the nation's political and social landscape.